Back on the Prime now, Chris Cruz and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes and Dusty. Time now for a debut of a brand new tag team called the Super Assassins, part of our Prime Match of the Week, and they are a massive man.
Well, Christopher, legacy has been gave to a lot of great people, and that would be singers or whatever, but the word assassin, when it comes to mind to me, I'm telling you, brother, I know what the original, the main man assassin was like and what all he put down. The Super Assassins, Assassins of the 90s, if they have anything that he possessed back there, I'm going to tell you what, they're going to be something to watch. American Males right here. It just happened to be our Moon match. It happened to be our Prime Cup match. It happened to be a new match with new guys, the Super Assassins, and they're getting ready for the Moon match of the week. And these boys got to be ready because this is going to be a big one with the American Males. Are you ready for this?
Do it.
Okay, ready. This is a good one, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following feature contest, tag team action is set for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Colonel Robert Parker, from parts unknown, the Super Assassins.
Well, Dusty, as we said at the outset, we have got a lot to learn about this team, and the fact is, I'll be honest with you, I've learned absolutely nothing so far except that I'm on the side of light with Robert Parker.
Well, I tell you what, you know, Parker has guided some great teams and great individuals, if you will. And we're going to have a hardcore look at the Super Assassins.
Your opponents, Marcus Bagwell, Scotty Riggs, the American Males.
And the Males at one time held the World Tag Team Championship, so they certainly know what it is like to compete at the very highest level.
Right here on Prime, we are looking at a new team, but we're looking at them guided by Colonel Parker, been very successful here in WCW. We're looking at the American Males who have been World Tag Team Champions. You said Christopher Cruz. So right here is one of them cases to where some got to gear. You know what I mean? This is not a turning point or what I mean for the American Males, but if the Super Assassins will get off the block, they got to get a victory here. I'm talking about a clean victory.
And Dusty, you've got to be wondering what's going through the mind of the American Males, who have been absolutely unable to scout at all the Super Assassins, who have just made their entrance here into World Championship Wrestling. They know nothing about them, whether they're competent in the ring or not, whether they're powerful, whether they're fast. They don't know anything about it.
Well, you know, just like, let me say this though, Chris, about that, okay? Just like there is a phone line to people that believe they're in the know, that never put on a pair of tights, that never wrestled, always want to be a promoter, they always wanted to be somebody, and all they do is write about what they think it should be. Well, there is also a phone line in the real world of professional wrestling that you call down, and you call somebody and say, have you heard of the Super Assassins? And that guy would say, yeah, they were down in Mexico, or they were somewhere, they were in Europe, and they possess this and that. Believe me, the American Males have a little clue of what these guys are all about. I guarantee that happens because you have to, because you lose here, Chris, as you said, right here, on the Prime, if they lose here, they're going to be way down the list. I'm talking about the American Male.
Everybody,
that makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Excellent analysis and great insight into the inside of the often murky and mysterious world of professional wrestling. We often don't get a peek inside the world. And now the whip there by one of the Super Assassins on Scotty Riggs, who goes up. Oh, and Bagwell is going to help him. He brings him over. A version of a Frankensteiner, and look at Riggs. Letting loose, he goes for the one, the two. Oh, some power there on the part of the Super Assassins, who look to be very big men, Dusty.
Yeah, they're good size, and they're not real around the middle heavy is what I'm saying. They look like they possess a lot of strength. But bottom line here, Parker's got a game plan for them, and already they're out of that game plan, and the American Males can do that to you.
Now Scotty Riggs up. Double axe handle blow onto the left arm of the Super Assassin, who had a look on his face like, did you really need to do that?
Yeah, absolutely, because that'll break a socket. That'll tear your arm right out of socket right there.
The very quick tags, the trademark of the American Males, brought them one time to the World Tag Team Championship, may bring them back. Bagwell, of course, in a previous incarnation, also held one half of the World Tag Team Championship.
Well, let me give you a little more insight while this thing is going on right here. You hear Parker giving him that. That was one assassin, and only one, the great assassin of past that I had so many battles with. And he was a huge man, about 280, you know what I mean? And he was quick as a cat. And there were times to where of all the battles that I ever had, he was probably one of the most fierce competitors to ever wear a mask. And we haven't seen mask guys in a long time come to WCW. WCW. So hopefully here, by these guys even carrying the name of Assassin, that already tells me that they got to be pretty good. I'm telling you that. Parker would not say, well, you guys are Super Assassins. He looked for him and he found him. But they ain't doing too well right now.
The double shoulder block, and Riggs moves over, hooks the leg. It's just a 1 count. This appears to be the bigger of these two big Super Assassins. You're right, Dusty. Anyone in wrestling knows the history of the name Assassins, and you do not take that name lightly, as you just indicated.
No, he was the best masked man, I believe. More even in a way, Wrestling 2, I thought was probably the best masked man. The destroyer of years gone by in Wrestling 2, and Assassin was the meanest, the baddest. And I'm going to tell you what, I had battles with him that I'm still hurting over.
Attempted a layer. Oh, wait a minute. Some double teaming. Some might call that good teamwork on the part of the Super Assassins.
Well, they had to do something to turn the momentum around.
And that's exactly what they have done. And now Riggs and Bagwell seem to have lost it. And Riggs, it's real wobbly, real shaky right now. Can the Super Assassins capitalize on it? Whoa! Right into the big outstretched boot. We're at the Disney MGM Studios. It's our feature match this week on WCW Prime, our Prime Match of the Week. A pull of the hair there by Riggs. I beg your pardon, on Riggs by the Super Assassins. Oh, man, he drops him right in the small of his back.
Yeah, it seems now that they are being more methodical and they're taking their time and they're trying to stick to their game plan now that Colonel Parker has laid out for them because they know the importance of this situation with the American male.
And time now for a 2-minute break, but we'll be back with a completion of this match in a moment here on WCW Prime. Back here on WCW Prime with our Prime Cut Match of the Week. Chris Cruz and the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, calling this feature action. The former World Tag Team Champs, the American Males, against the brand new team of the Super Assassins, Dusty.
While we were away, the Super Assassins really kept grinding and bumping right here and really staying to their new game plan, and they were bumping and grinding and really creating a situation here to where they might take a victory right here. And what a big victory it would be. Wow, what a shot.
Man, oh man. And Scotty Riggs may be out of it. Here comes one. Here comes two, and Bagwell in to rescue his young partner.
One thing for the fans to understand out there, when you're in there with a masked man, you don't really get an opportunity to see what kind of expressions he has, whether he's hurting or not, because he got that mask on. And that was one of the things Wrestling 2 was telling me. He wore that because he didn't want to telegraph his thing to the opponent, much like football. Now you see the screens on the guys, the linebackers, because you don't want to see the eyes and stuff. So that mask comes into play for these guys.
Now there's the tag. Excellent analysis, because you're right, Dusty. You do kind of need to help it does help to read the face of your opponent.
That's not clubbering. They have 1 fist apiece. That's 2 fists. That's 2 fists, not 4 fists on one guy. That wasn't clubbering. Super Assassins did not clubber, fans. I know the fans got their control things. They're going to run that back and everything, but they did not clubber. That was not clubbering.
Now, that was not clubbering.
No, because if you've seen, if I had my telestrate, I could have said, stop it right here. And Diane's working on that, and I could have showed you that was just 2 fists clubbering.
I know it wasn't. I know what clubbering is after all these years. Months, days, weeks, hours, minutes, seconds. Scotty Riggs straight now over the top rope. He needs to take a flyer. He desperately needs to find Marcus Alexander Bagwell. And look out! Oh, wait a minute. He gets out of the way. And hung up. Eyes in the back of his head. Fantastic.
He needs to make that tag.
The fans here at the Disney MGM Studios trying to help Scotty Riggs. He does it. And this time the referee sees it. And there's Bagwell. Right, left. He gets some speed. Oh, man, he flops. Here comes the pin. He's going to do it. 2.5.
Well, I'll tell you something that really happened right there in that situation. Exactly what happened. The Super Assassin standing out here on inside did not come in. He did not waste any energy. He waited for his man to take the ball away from Bagwell, and that's just what happened. Great coaching, great teamwork. A little thing like that can turn a match around.
A big splash. Bagwell should do it. 1, 2. No, a rescue there. All 4 men in the ring. But Scotty Riggs, he's had the stuffing beaten out of him. Oh, the double drop kick. And out goes one of the Super Assassins right outside the ring. We don't even know who the legal Super Assassin is, frankly.
He's the one with the yellow mask.
But thank you very much. The double hip toss.
Boy, he is up there high. What's he doing there?
He is. Oh, wait a minute. That was a headbutt there. What did he have something in his mask?
Look at this. And the switcheroo.
1, 2, and 3. No.
Hey, that's not the legal guy. Wow. Shades of the original assassin.
Well, great teamwork, and look at Colonel Rob Parker.
What a find and what a big victory right here on WCW
You got a
Prime.
lot of beef on the hook here. You better be watching, folks.
Wow. What a victory.
We'll see this again, Dusty. It wasn't fair at all.
Well, right here, the Super Assassins went to the game plan and got it hooked in real well and was taking the American males to task, if you will. And then we seen a situation right here where this Super Assassin come up here and laid into him right there in the temple where he had anything in his master knot. And look here, the wrong guy, but they look just alike. Look like twins.
That was, as you call it, the switcheroo. And we're back here on the Prime right after these messages.
Gentlemen, the following tag team contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, from parts unknown, the Super Assassins.
The new tag team from Colonel Rob Parker, who've made quite a name for themselves at the expense recently on WCW Worldwide of the Nasty Boys. But I tell you, there is no Colonel Rob Parker. Now, I wonder if it has anything to do with what happened this past Monday when Colonel Rob Parker gave Sherry an engagement ring.
Oh, Bob, I'm going to tell you what, he might be out on a honeymoon right now. Bottom line, these two guys are big and powerful, but they wear the name of the great assassin. And they are the Super Assassin. What a matchup we got here on Saturday night.
As Colonel Parker is nowhere to be found, and here come the Nasty Boys.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
Well, Dave Pinzer better move out of the way as these two teams are going at it.
Wow.
They've had some battles on our sister program, WCW Worldwide Wrestling, and they're continuing the bad blood here on Saturday night as you take a look from two different perspectives as they have paired off.
Yeah, well, it'd have to be two different perspectives because it is battling all over the ring. We could see some real clubbing going on right here. The Nasty Boys and the Super Assassins. WCW Saturday night, that's why it's no better than right here with me in the Silver Tongue. Tony Schiavone and the McAfee Dusty Rhodes. Oh, double sandwich. Double sandwich.
A double sandwich. And here's the double team. Double shoulder. Super Assassin number 1 and Super Assassin number 2. This is number 1 right here, I believe.
How you know that?
I picked the number.
You just made it up. It could be number 6 for all we know. I'll tell you what, man. You're right, one. Let's just call him one.
The Super Assassins without Colonel Parker, their manager, who, as we talked about and as we saw, presented Sherry with a ring, and I can only assume they are now engaged.
They entangled somewhere in Bucksnot, Tennessee, as we speak tonight right now. Probably watching us on television.
She has been spoken for.
Yes, she has been spoken for. What a tangle where we weave. I can see him right now, laying up in a big old hog trough there in Bucksnot with the TV, one of the big screen TVs, watching WCW Saturday night.
The Nasty Boys got things started quickly, but now the power of these two Super Assassins coming through.
How many times you seen that? Not to interrupt you. How many times the Nasty Boys come out like a bat out of the devil? You know what I mean?
That's right.
Just going crazy. And after about 2 or 3 minutes, if they ain't got you beat up and down, they always got to regroup. And I think that falls back to the old word conditioning. And they can beat you quick, but it looks like the Super Assassins now have taken the full control of this situation. Because I know that, you know, Knobs, for one, reminds me of myself a lot because he has been known to stay out late at night and then just come in the arena running like crazy. Let's go kick these guys. Well, it takes more than that. They obviously know how to do it. Former World Tag Team Champion, the Nasty Boys, my boy.
The tag is made.
Yeah, man.
You're too much.
I'm telling you, ain't I? I'm beside
You can go
myself.
from one extreme to another.
I know it.
In a flash of an eye.
Pleasure to have.
Here you go. And a clothesline that time. Take a look at the Super Assassins, the arms they have. They are immense men, and they certainly are going to become quite a force in tag team wrestling here, World Championship Wrestling, if they can only get their manager in focus here.
Well, you know, they're documented already about what he's doing tonight. But, you know, bottom line, just the name Assassins really dictating the wrestling fans' mind that these guys are bad. I'm going to tell you what, that one guy there, the one you call number 2, has got arms the size of tree trunks, brother.
This is number 1 in there right now. And
How you know that?
well, I made it up again, Dream, okay?
That's
To the
little-
side of the head and now chokehold in the corner. It's what I say it is,
Yeah,
okay?
you see, my mom heard how belligerent he can be to me. Because I made it up, Dream. See?
Here's the double team.
Excuse me. Oh, silver tongue.
And double headbutt that time.
Well, Lois, I got other news for you.
Would you stop? And
Hey,
here's
these guys look good, though, really.
They really look good. As a matter of fact, they are going to make quite an impression on promoters, I'm sure. And it won't be long, I'm sure, before Colonel Parker gets him a title shot. That is, if his fiancée gives him a title shot.
Well, I tell you what, that remains to be seen. But these guys here, they got the, they're in there with the nasty balls, and I guarantee you, nasty balls out of the game plan a little bit right now, but they are a real force in WCW where the big boys play. So the Assassins really got to turn in one here, and look at the agility here.
The Masked Assassin, one of them up on top of flying headbutt, nothing. Only thing he hit was the C in the middle of the ring.
What?
The C in the WCW, you see.
Which one was that hit the C?
That was the number 1.
Yes.
And here comes the
Here we go.
And Jerry Sags comes in, and a much-needed tag. Up, look at the power of Sags. A big pickup. Assassin number 2 in. He ducks. Wow. Rapid-fire blows that time. But one of the Assassins up. Oh, he hit his partner.
Well, I tell you what, he was coming off the top, got him right into him right there. Uh-oh, Wright tagged him, got rid of him now. Now the nasty ball starts to go to work on the Super Assassin.
And I believe Jerry Sags, the legal man, is on the outside. The 2 legal men are out there.
Yes, they are. Good
Head
call.
first.
Now they're all 4 out there, so you don't know which one and 2 is.
I don't know if it matters. We may get a count out here. Nick Patrick is counting away, and these guys are not worrying about winning or losing the match here. It's more than just that. It's a personal score. They have to settle with each other as the fight continues on the outside, and this one is being thrown out.
I can see this being growing to be a big conflict between these 2 teams.
They are fighting all the way back.
Both teams counted out. Referee Nick Patrick rules this match a double count out.
Ben's back with more. Wow, on Saturday night. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following feature contest is set for one fall. Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by Colonel Robert Parker from parts unknown, the Super Assassins.
Well, Colonel Rob Parker brings in his newest team, and they certainly are a force, as we found out in WCW. The Super Assassins, and there's the Colonel. Feeling good about himself, isn't he?
Good luck. You're ready to see the most devastating team in professional wrestling right here.
Yes, we are. The Super Assassins making their way in, and there's what the fans think
I
about
don't want to fight those 2 either.
Colonel Rob Parker. Let's go back now to Dave Penzer.
Their opponents from the State Patrol, Sergeant Buddy Lee Parker and Lieutenant James Earl.
Buddy Lee and James
Take
Earl.
care of the Super Assassins right here. The Big Mother's gonna take care of them. That's right, baby. We're gonna be the judge, jury, and executioner. We're gonna pull the mask off. I know they're wounded.
Wow, they want to unmask the Super Assassins. How about that?
This could be good.
Should be a great main event, and the State Patrol's getting a lot of wins as of late here in World Championship Wrestling. They're
This
going
tag team goes well over 600 pounds, I bet.
Oh, absolutely. 2 300-pound bruisers against the State Patrol. Certainly the weight and power advantage with the Super Assassins. All right, before the match gets underway, recently on WCW Monday Nitro, you were there. As a matter of fact, we all were there. Colonel Rob Parker, as you see him right there, came out and presented Sister Sherry with a present. And as she was showing everybody, it was a ring, and apparently these 2 are now engaged.
Did you see the size of the rock?
Incredible.
Wow, what a lucky woman.
You think so?
Sure. She'll treasure that ring.
Yeah, she'll probably pawn the ring off.
Pawn the ring off the Colonel's engagement ring? She's going to go down to a pawn shop and get $50 for it?
Yes.
Come on, Tony. That's like the lady died didn't pawn Queen Elizabeth's jewels, did she? Of course not. Same thing.
They don't know that. It's Lieutenant James Earl and one of these Super Assassins. They are just so gigantic. Look at the arms on this Super Assassin number 2.
Is that number 2?
I believe it is. Head first. Lieutenant James Earl trying to fight out of it, but he is caught in the corner. And Nick Patrick of the warning, and that the Super Assassin sends him in. Nobody there. Lieutenant James Earl with a great maneuver. Look at this.
Look at the arms on this masked man.
It's incredible, isn't he? Up on top is Buddy Lee. Sergeant Buddy Lee, the great double team by the State Patrol. They're looking good here, Brain.
Oh, they both look pretty good, but you know you got to go with the Colonel, even though he's in love. And he has been kind of tardy lately on some business. So is Sherry. She's been very delinquent with her work lately. She's in love.
Shoulder block takedown, down goes Lieutenant James Earl.
Boy, if they get married, are those kids going to be pretty?
No, they're not. As a matter of fact, they're going to be downright ugly.
Pitter patter, a little feet around the house.
Forget it.
That won't be his pet barn owl either.
Oh, look at that. Look at this double team. Buddy Lee getting from behind, little schoolboy type maneuver there. Trying to clothesline the others. Gosh, they can't get them off their feet. Look at the double team. That time they did. Double team clothesline, and the State Patrol taking command of this tag team.
Now, why are they hiding their identity? Can't they wrestle here in the United States, or can't they wrestle here at WCW? There's something in their past. What's the Colonel hiding here?
I don't know. Maybe they're a member like the WCW front office or something. They don't want to, let us know that they're in the front office and in the ring as well. You seen anybody running around here with arms on them like that?
Well, I saw 3 people in the elevator with a mask on.
Really? You better call security next time you see that. Neutral position into the midsection. A knee. And head first, Buddy Lee. Just too much power here.
Too tall, too. They're just... He's a small one. He's what? 6'3".
Yep.
310.
Two of the most awesome men we've ever seen, and they're in tag team action, and they certainly are a force in WCW.
You knew I thought it might be? I thought it might be Animal and Hawk.
Really?
Yeah. But it's not.
No, I don't think so. Ducking low, Buddy Lee comes up with a football-type kick.
Not only that, I saw Hawk in the Battle Royal with them, so it couldn't have been.
Yep, you're right. Big power slam for the Super Assassin.
Buddy Lee, I bet you wish you were with Jerry Lee right now.
Buddy Lee continues to show his perseverance. He's fighting back here. There's a headbutt.
Off the ropes, back up.
You're right inside with the assassin using the ropes to choke Buddy Lee, and now the bottom of the boot.
Seems like they just wear you down. They just maul you, wear you down, get you where they want, and then they put the boots to you. It's going to be a hard tag team to beat.
It really is. They are just mauling Buddy Lee, double teaming. They are too strong. A lot of times the power, the size will overcome speed and quickness. Don't tell somebody like Eddie Guerrero that has been one of the more successful wrestlers that we saw earlier here on the program at WCW.
Well, Eddie Guerrero's really smart because he realizes he's not 6'5", he's not 300 pounds. He don't have 25-inch arms. Oh, good move.
It was a great move by Lieutenant James Earl, but there's no count by Nick Patrick until Earl gets out.
Wasted too much time there.
He sure did.
He should have done the damage and rolled right out.
Here's the tag of the State Patrol now, getting some offense going their way. Double team, vertical suplex, good move.
When are you going to get the Colonel for the wedding?
Me? I haven't been invited yet. One. I'm sure I will be. Have you been invited?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you have?
Well, I'm quite sure. We're friends. I'm sure it'll be quite a big function in Bucksnort.
They're not going to get married in Bucksnort, Tennessee.
Marriage capital of the world?
Double team. I wonder where they're going to get married. Huh, that's a good question.
And sometimes, you have to have all your shots.
One count that time. We'll probably end up having the wedding here on TV. Wouldn't that be something?
No.
Here's the tag. Yeah, we don't even know if it's solid yet. We don't know
if she's accepted.
Doesn't mean they're gonna get married.
No, if she took the ring, it could be a friendship ring.
Yeah, it could be a friendship ring.
Could be somebody else's ring, the Colonel.
Yeah, it could be next week's payday for her too. Has the tag been made? Yes, it has. And there it is. Lieutenant James Earl just working on the back of the neck of the Super Assassin. He's got the right idea, but you got to get away from the power of the Super Assassin here. Oh,
got him up.
My goodness! He slammed it. 1, 2. And the Super Assassin kicks out. This is Super Assassin number 1. Missed the clothesline. Oh, did not miss the foot.
Not at all.
That'll put your teeth in the front row.
Or in the back of your mouth. Soup for a week to Lieutenant.
The Super Assassin brings in number 2, and now the big guy is in with those immense arms. A pickup. He's got him. He makes another tag. What are they going to do here? Oh, what a team.
Going to hurt the lieutenant.
The big elbow. Did they ever? Super Assassin with a big press, and it is over.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Like Parker's
here are
glad
your
it's over,
winners,
too.
the Super Assassin.
Yeah, I guess he's got to
Buddy Lee.
I guess he's got to be Buddy Lee, that is. I think he is. Super Assassins completely control this match. Colonel Parker's a happy
Did
man.
I tell you this was a devastating team? I'm not a man of idle words.
No, you're not. Back with more right after this on Worldwide.
All right, hi everybody. Welcome back to WCW Prime Street and the American Dream. Dusty Rhodes. Dusty, we just got an introduction before the break to the future and pro wrestlers courtesy of Sonny Oda. You think they live in that limo? It's big enough, wide enough. Well, I tell you what, they are over here and they are here. They're coming from a long game. Great athletes. And of course, we also heard from Sting. He is gearing up for Starrcade about a week away, week and a half. It is Wednesday night, live and exclusively on pay-per-view, December 27th. Just a couple of days after Christmas. What a great holiday tradition Starrcade has been for many years here in World Championship Wrestling, and this is no different. The Zebra Kid in there now against one member of the Super Assassins, both of whom seem to tower over their opponents at about 6'7", 6'8", and 320 pounds.
I know one thing, they are big and strong, and they are really rugged. The Super Assassins, I'll tell you what, you just run into the body, you get hurt. You know what I mean? There's nothing there, brother.
The Zebra Kid is trying just about everything. Nothing is working. Ooh, man. Colonel Parker, I think, I wonder if he made a mistake. I wonder if he made a mistake getting so wrapped up with Sister Sherry and then Bunkhouse Buck and Dirty Dick Slater.
Well, how come you know, how do you know that's not Bunkhouse Buck and Dick Slater? That's the Super Assassin. How come you don't know that? Why?
Because
They can have some of them blow-up suits on and everything with their muscles big high and stuff, right?
you can't get muscles that big without working out.
No, but you can have a blow-up suit on.
You're just trying to embarrass me.
You know, we talking about this kid here. We met him earlier, and he had that zebra outfit on. I said, hey, I'm going to call you the Zebra Kid. He said, that's all right with me, Mr. Rhodes. Just don't let Chris Boone call me that. You already did.
Whoa! Oh, the big Boone.
Yeah, right in the face.
Well, you know, he was going to go into the ring with the name Bill Smith.
Was he really?
Yes, Bill Smith.
Bill Smith.
Yeah. Or Bill Weaver.
Yeah.
And that was changed from John Doe.
Well, here comes
Your buddy.
Boone.
What's his first name?
John Boone. And his brother was Pat Boone.
John Boone has got nothing going for him at all in this match.
He got a nice blue outfit. He's going to be black and blue when this thing is over because he's getting a mud hole stomped in him by the Super Assassins right here on Prime. Holiday season's coming up. Can't wait.
And Johnny Boone, oh man, he's got to be feeling the effects of that if he knows he's even involved in a wrestling match. Look out.
What are you going to get Diane for Christmas?
I thought you were going to get her something.
I am.
for Christmas.
Well, I'm going to give her an autographed picture of me.
Whoa. Well, then I'll give her an autographed picture of you, too, so she'll have two of them.
Here we go. Super Assassin. He discombobulated his head from his body right there.
And Johnny Boone is down and out for the count. Super Assassins are not under Starrcade from what we know. Hey, but as you pointed out, Dusty, they could be anybody under that mask.
Well, I tell you what, Colonel Parker got to find right here in the Super Assassins in the hand. I think they're going to have to take a hardcore look at the World Tag Team titles with these guys right here. Because I know they'll be gunning for them. Colonel Parker's already happy there.
And we'll take another look at it. Dust on the Super Assassins easily dispatched with the Zebra Kid and Johnny Boone.
Well, right there, they took the wind out of him from the get-go, and then Johnny Boone came in with no offense whatsoever, and the Super Assassins just took him to the, took him to the post right there. It's all over. Super Assassins on the way to the pay win to get it, boys.
Mean Gene Okerlund now standing by. He's going to be bringing us the latest on Starrcade in the Starrcade Control Center right after this very brief break.
That's going on, and I'll tell you, there's a lot going on here. Mongo, Bobby, I don't know what to make of it. Arn Anderson is like the voice of reason. That's a little odd.
I love it. I love it. The four horsemen are getting a little snippy. There's dissension in the ranks, and you know what that means. It's going to go to hell in a handbasket, baby.
Well, you know, the Taskmaster's always been playing mind games with people. Now it appears that Pillman's playing mind games with the Horsemen and the Dungeon of Doom. Could Sullivan be falling into his trap? This is going to get very, very interesting.
Interesting indeed is the Super Assassins, and look at the beef coming out to the ring here. This is some major heavyweight
that
action
little
here.
old lady in the commercial. Where's the beef? Well, it's right here on the WCW, baby.
Yes, those are pretty big gentlemen coming to the ring, as in livestock.
This is going to be very interesting indeed. Lex Luger and Sting teaming up. Just how solid is this friendship?
And speaking of large, here comes some large personas, baby. Look at him. It looks like they cut him out of granite.
And he's harder than granite. He's in better shape than I've ever seen this man. And you notice Jimmy Hart will not be going to the ring with him. He has a working relationship with Lex Luger that every time he teams with Sting, Jimmy, as the gentleman he is, will stand back and allow those two to be tag teams against whoever their opponents are.
Speaking of Sting, where is it? He don't come out with his tag team partner?
Good point.
That don't look right,
I
does it?
don't know what's going to go on here, folks. You better watch.
That's the first good point you've ever made.
I just think.
The Stinger! And I'll tell you what, this is what I mean. WCW is loaded with the biggest, the best, the most well-known, and the most exciting athletes in this sport. Sting, certainly one of them.
And Stinger's on a roll. With a lot of things going through Sting's mind, I'm not sure him and Luger are that close anymore.
Now, Mongo, you brought up a good point. Usually when a team is about to do battle, they stay together for days.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They walk out to the ring together. They're there for each other. This time, we didn't see that.
I think when we won that Super Bowl in '85, we were all together.
Wait a minute. What? Excuse us. Wait a minute. We're gonna fight a microphone for the. Is there something you need here? Can we get a microphone up here, please?
Here you go. What do we got going here, my friend?
Excuse me for interrupting. I'd like to talk to this man here, Mr. Steve McMichaels. I have a plate, and I know you'd understand it. I have been making the transition from amateur to pro. I was a 5-time world champion as an amateur, and now I'm in the pros. And I need guidance, and I know you've had similar experiences in the gridiron, and I must say, you were one of the best. And I'd like to ask you to guide me along, the Pitbull, in this play, and be my manager.
Pitbull, baby, I got my hands full just doing this job here. But let me give you a little advice, baby. You were in the Corps. You were a sergeant, for God's sakes. You know, you're a leader of men. Just go with that. I've seen you wrestle out here. You've got it going on. Just systematically, just like they taught you in the Corps, systematically take these guys out one at a time. You'll work your way to the top, baby. You don't need anybody else.
Well, I'm sorry, one more time.
Roger that.
The Pitbull coming out here, and I apologize for the interruption. The Pitbull once again coming out looking for management, but we have got action in the ring, and I guess the search continues for the Pitbull. In the meantime, you've got the Super Assassins out here, and they are right now manhandling the Stinger. And I'll tell you what, Stinger and Lex Luger are going to have a difficult time dealing with the power of these two monsters.
Oh, I was talking to Pitbull. I thought Luger and Sting had already had this match over with.
No, it won't be that easy for him here, and especially if there isn't that cohesiveness that Luger and Sting need as a team. Because if they're going to prevail here, they're going to have to look out for each other, think for each other, and stay one step ahead of these two monsters, the Super Assassins.
They've got him stretched out like a deer, and you're field dressing him.
I'll tell you about the only people that are getting along with each other here at WCW. That is the Colonel Parker, and Sensuous Sherry. And I understand, Sister Sherry, this Saturday night, on WCW Saturday night, I think the Colonel is going to pop the question. That's right.
Get out of
he's
here.
going to get down on one knee, pull out that 10-carat diamond, and I think he's going to ask for her hand and make her an honest woman.
The mental image makes me sick.
About as much diamond as what you got on your neck tonight over at Cubic Zirconia.
But think how beautiful the children will be.
Oh, stop it.
What an ugly dog.
The Stinger now being double teamed by the Super Assassins, and they're coming after with a clothesline. Double shoulders take the Stinger off his feet. Stinger in trouble. He is in the center of the ring, able to make a kick out. Lex Luger didn't appear to me to be too anxious. And maybe I'm reading something in here, and I don't mean to do that. But
sure you do.
Lex Luger did not seem to be real anxious to get into it.
He was coming through that rope, but it looked like he caught a cramp.
Well, you're trying to imply to the humanoids out there that Luger's maybe taking the shortcut, the easy way out. Maybe he wants Sting to do all the work. Look at, he's trying to make that tag.
Still to come in the main event, Hulk Hogan challenges the new World Heavyweight Champion, Ric Flair, for the title.
They got the tag, but the referee didn't see it.
And the question is, which Hulk Hogan is going to show up tonight? The one that has basically lost his mind and clean house of everybody, including the referee, which caused the suspension? Or is this Hulk Hogan who is going to be focused on recapturing the title?
That's right. Man. That's right. I'd hate for him to lose it again tonight and get suspended for another year, because that's going to be a little longer than January 1st happened this year.
Notice the damage Luger has done by keeping the ref in the corner, giving the Assassins the opportunity to just pound down on Sting.
You've got to wonder here, what is the agenda of Lex Luger? So far, it's been a little difficult to read. Stinger has been in there a long time.
And you know...
Gosh, I hate to see that.
Well, you know what, guys? I remember a match we did on Nitro, and Sting was going to come in and help Luger against I don't know if he was coming in there to help Macho or Luger. They've all got their own agenda in this WCW, baby.
But I'd sure like to see Jimmy Hart in the corner with his man Luger. You know, Jimmy Hart will be with anybody. He'll manage the janitor. He don't care as long as somebody gets rid of Hulk Hogan. Jimmy's that kind of a guy. He's got to be with a champion, and he's got to get rid of Hulk Hogan. He's obsessed.
If you're a true champion, you don't need somebody standing in your corner stroking you. Let's see what happens here.
The tag is made, and now Lex Luger going after Super Assassin. And Lex Luger is in there fighting for his team. Make no mistake about it, trying to manhandle that massive Super Assassin, and now he is going down low. He's going to work the body. You work the body, the head will fall. Uh-oh. Thumb to the eyes.
But Luger did not go in there nonchalantly. He went in there as a teammate.
Irish whip, reversed. A collision of...
Oh, he's got him up in the ring, baby.
Look at the power of this Lex Luger, the total package.
That man's well over 325 pounds.
Demonstrating why, and Sting goes after the Scorpion Deathlock. You got it. You got it.
Here we go.
You've got a Scorpion Deathlock, and you've got one solid, cohesive team taking control of the situation here on Nitro.
They've surprised me.
The two best submission holds in wrestling today, and you saw them both at the same time, fans.
Are we going to see a slow-mo on this? I'd love to see the replay on this.
No, I don't think so. We don't have time.
Well, I hate to say it, but this is one heck of a tag team.
Listen to this crowd. They are going wild, and like I said, Sting and Luger look pretty tight here. Let's go now to Mean Gene Okerlund.
Wow. But I thank you very much.